Hi everyone and welcome to week 4. Now the last few weeks we have been looking at doubles, we've been looking at arrays and we've been looking at sharing. This week we are going to start a new topic and what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at fractions. Now fraction sounds like a very big long scary word, but really it's very easy and very fun. So this week we are going to be looking at how to find a half. Now a half is something that I think a lot of you have probably heard about before. So this week we're going to be looking at how we find a half in maths. So let's have a look at some vocab that we are going to be using this week. So the first word is half. Now half, when you look at it, it's got a letter in it that we don't say when we say the word half. It's spelled h-a-u-f, but we don't say the u sound, we just say half. So a half means a shape, object or number that is in two equal parts. So when we're halving something, we could have a shape, we could have an object or thing, or we could have a number. And when we have something, it is always in two equal parts. Not 3 parts, not 4 parts, not 1 part. Always in 2 parts. The next word we're going to look at is split. So split means to cut or to fold something to make different parts. So if I tell you to split something in half, I mean either to cut it in half or to fold it in half. The next word we're looking at is whole. Now whole means the entire shape, thing or number. The total. Whole means the same as total. So if I said, are you going to eat that whole cake? I mean, are you going to eat all of it? The whole thing. The last word we're going to look at today is equal. Now we know this already from our numbers. Equal means the same. So it could be the same size, the same shape, or the same number. If two things are equal, they are the same. So while we're going through our video today, I want you to keep an eye out for my friend Boots. Let me know at the end how many times you see him. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. For today, you are going to need a piece of paper. It can be any color, any size, but I want you to go and find a piece of paper. Quick, go. Do you have one? Excellent. What I want you to do now is I want you to fold that piece of paper in half. So very carefully and slowly, fold that piece of paper in half. How did you do it? Is there more than one way? What do you think? Is there more than one way to fold this paper in half? So when we split something in half, we make two equal parts. So with our paper, we can fold it in half going down, or we can fold it in half going across. So if this is my paper, I can fold it in half this way and make it into two equal parts, or I can fold it in half this way and make it into two equal parts. So remember, when we're splitting things in half, we always make two parts. So look, we can split it going down and make it into two parts. When we say that these parts are equal, we mean that both of them are the same size and both of them are the same shape. Have a look at these two halves. Is one bigger than the other? No, they are the same size. So when we put these two halves back together again, they will make a whole. So what we're going to do now you don't need to write these down. I just want you to have a look and talk to a grown-up who's at home. Can you match the shape to its other half? So look at the top here, I have some shapes. And at the bottom, I have the other half. Can you match them up to make the correct shape? You don't need to write this down, you just have a look. Okay, here we have some objects. We have a balloon and we have a pencil. Now I want you to think, how could we half these objects? Will our line go down? Will we half it this way? Or will it go across? Will we half it that way? Remember, both sides of the half must be the same size and shape. So the balloon, we half it going down. If we half the balloon going across, like this, is this side the same as this side? No, it would not be. So we will half the balloon going down. How about the pencil? How do you think we'll half the pencil? That's right, we will half the pencil going across. That way, the top and the bottom of the pencil are the same shape and size. If we were to half the pencil going down, this side is not the same as this side. Look, on this side there's a pointy bit and on this side there's no pointy bit. So we need to make sure when we are halving things that we are making sure they are both the same size after they're halved. There is only one way of halving these objects. So for the balloon, you can only half it down, and for the pencil, you can only half it across. If you were to half it the other way, it would not be a half. How about these objects? I want you to have a look at the donut and at the candy. How could we half these objects? Talk to a grown-up at home. You don't need to write anything down. Talk to a grown-up at home. How could we half the donut? And how could we half the sweet, the candy? For the donut, we could half it going down, or we could half it going across. Either way, it's going to be half. For the donut, this side is the same as this side, and this side is the same as this side. So it doesn't matter if we want to half it going down or if we want to half it going across. Both answers are correct. How about the sweet, the candy? What do you think about the candy? How could we half it? Have a look. If you half it down, is that going to make half? Or if you half it across, will that make half? The answer is we can do it both ways. So with the balloon and with the pencil, there was only one way we could make half. But here with the donut and with the candy, there are two ways we can make half. It's the same if we go down, each side is the same, or if we go across, each side is the same. There is more than one way of having these. Okay, so something to think about when we're looking at pictures and when we're doing half in maths, each side must be the exact same. They have to be the same. But in our lives, in our homes and in school, when we're just doing halves normally in our homes, sometimes each half isn't exactly the same. So if I gave you this apple and I say, can you cut this in half? Can you see there's a leaf on one side? Would you have to cut the leaf in half and then cut the apple in half? Do you think that's how you would do it? No. In daily life, it's okay if things aren't exactly half. But when we do maths, we have to make sure that it is exactly half. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, you can see here we have lots of different pictures. There's some pneumacon, there's some dice, a donut, an ice cream, a cupcake, pancakes, a raspberry, a domino, a pear, a balloon, a candy, a pencil, and a base 10. I want you to choose one of these things. So whichever one you want, I want you to choose it. I want you to draw it on a piece of paper. I want you to cut it out. And then I want you to fold it in half. So you choose a picture, you draw it, cut it out, and fold it in half. And remember, each half must look the same. Now, when you're drawing these pictures, I don't want to see tiny, tiny little drawings. That's going to be very hard for me to see. I want you to make sure your drawing, ooh, here we are, takes up the whole paper, a really big drawing. And then I want you to take a picture after you have folded it in half and put it on your Class Dojo portfolio for your teacher. So pick an item, draw it, cut it out, fold it in half, and show your teacher. So just before we go today, we have a teddy bear. The bear can be split in half in 2 different ways. Do you think this is true, or do you think it's false? So the bear can be split in half in 2 different ways. Look at the bear and think about an up-down line. Will that split the bear in half? Will each side be the same? Next, I want you to think about a cross line. Will each side be the same if you did an across line? What do you think? Talk to a grown-up at home and tell them what you think. The answer is false. It can only be split in half one way. It can only go up and down. If you were to split the bear in half going from side to side, this half is not the same as this half. Look, his feet are here and his head is here. That's not the same. So we can only split the bear in half going up and down. Last question today. How many different ways can this rectangle be split in half? So I'll leave this one to you if you want to do this in your home for our challenge. How many different ways can this rectangle be split in half? Remember at the beginning when we were folding our piece of paper? How many ways can you fold a piece of rectangle paper? I'll leave that with you to do in your homes. Don't forget to do your activity with your cutting and folding and submit it to your teacher, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed your lesson today on halves. Bye everyone.